Friday's here again. Welcome to the show. I'm Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies here with me. Hi, ladies.
Good morning, Morayo.
Excellent morning.
Amazing morning.
Nima, how you doing?
I'm good. I first of all have a rant before. It was fun yesterday. I went out on a day out with my children and my husband, family day out yesterday. It was really fun.
That was nice.
But let me quickly rant before I tell you where we went. The bonded terminal operators around Apapa all the way to Ojo should please be concerned about the operations of their carriers on the road. So this morning I drove for longer than I would have sitting in traffic because some of them are looking for parking space on the road. Their bonded terminal operators do not have parking space for them to wait before their containers are taken off them. Please, it's a pain in the neck for us to go through this kind of living, and you people are making money and you're not concerned about how other people are faring.
Well, yeah.
So that one on one side.
All right, let me now move on. After taking 2 minutes, let's move on. How you doing,
You know, 2 minutes now. Well, that's not fair. We went to the conservation center yesterday. Let me talk.
How you doing, girl? What are your plans for the weekend?
Thank God it's Friday.
Yes.
I love Fridays because Friday for me means barbecue.
All
It
Fridays?
means every Friday. Yeah, sure. I do my
every
barbecues
Friday.
because Saturdays I do the club, the health club with the whole family. So we go with barbecue and drinks. So we gym
how do you
and
do
we
that?
eat.
I like
You
your
know, my husband is
style.
still working on his 6-packs or 3-packs, whatever
You
packs
get the
he
time
can
for this kind
afford.
of thing.
So
That's a lucky
then
woman.
my radio show in the evenings,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be talking about sex today.
Today?
Yeah, so it's an interesting topic. Then I have my glass of wine, and afterwards I see a movie. So Fridays are...
You drink wine?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Dickiness.
Excuse me?
Dickiness.
Jesus turned water into wine.
What kind of wine is that?
Just checking. Because we don't drink wine in my own church. Did I your church that you drink wine? I don't know. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
What's your plans for the weekend?
Plans for the weekend, Artex, definitely. So that's what I have for Friday. I wanted to rant about traffic, but let's just leave Nima's rant. Let's not re-rant.
I've
It's my
spotted
own.
the cause of the problem. So
Yeah.
The cause of our problem is that Nigerians were just so selfish. There are 2 lanes. You're going left and this lane is leading right. You now join the fast lane just because you need to, cut the queue and be in front. And then you have every traffic backed up. And we're waiting just for us to get to the point and find out that just Nigerians were selfish. And it shows in everything else that we do.
We're impatient.
We're impatient. We're selfish, just only about ourselves. And in the end, everybody loses. Please.
Can I talk about your wrapper? You're tying wrapper like a housewife today.
Thank
It looks
you.
good on you.
Thank you very much.
I don't know how to
you
tie
see, my family,
anything.
the women, they are like well endowed. They have hips, except me. So that's why I do not like to tie. When I tie wrapper, the wrapper just drops. But when you see my mom and my aunties and my sister, they're like
nice.
this.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Nima, where did you guys go yesterday?
I'm not telling you.
Lekki
So we went to the conservation center
in
yesterday.
Lekki.
Yes,
It's a
in Lekki.
beautiful place.
Very nice place.
Yes.
And my daughter, my 5-year-old, climbed the tree house. Hey, see how proud I was. Initially, she backed up and said, Later, she said, okay. I would also at the top of that. I had gone up. And my son was really crying. He wanted
We'll
to
go there tomorrow.
It was fun, really.
How much
that
did you pay
place.
to get
And
in?
it will pain me if everything there deteriorates. I think they should
But
continue.
last time I was
been there
there
3
was
years
about
ago.
4 years ago, and I really had fun. Now I heard that it's actually improved since then.
Okay.
So I'm sure they're maintaining it. They're doing a
was
good
most
there
of
2
the
years
tracks,
ago.
most of we couldn't do the canopy walk. We couldn't. Some things are just locking up for flood and all that. I think they should continue to invest in that place. It's important, and that we have more of that kind of conservation center.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know what they're doing with the ones in Badagry, but there's deforestation
It's so good.
happening in Badagry, like Lekki.
Cool.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for
your
asking.
plans?
This weekend, I think I'm just, my son is just recovering, so we have to be very careful. I don't even know if it's a good idea to take him to the conservation center yet, but I would really like to take the kids
It
out.
would
They've
be
been
good for
home.
fresh air for him.
Fresh air, B. I think
Original good fresh air.
I'll
Unadulterated.
try to take him there, but
Yes, yes, sit down.
this weekend I'm just taking care of the kids because I mean they are now, you know how twins
They are mommying this
One,
weekend.
Okay,
you know, the other one starts. That one was
they are
getting
bro.
hot this morning. I'm like, hey, don't try that nonsense. Don't, because of
Is the Aburo coming?
Yeah.
I want to go back.
I usually have that. Nima is right. No, Nima is right. Oh,
Don't worry.
Please, let's go on a break. Oh, she.
You be
You see,
shocked when
you
they
start
start
passing
cuddling
all
with
those things from generation to generation.
but
What
that's
does
our
that mean?
culture.
It's a
please.
culture. It just happens.
We'll go on a break and we come back. We'll look at the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Okay, we're going to start very quickly with the Punch. Ogun. Imo governors renew attack on Oshiomhole. Picture here. Boko Haram hits Borno IDP's camp, kills 8. Other peoples have 13. Police move in as crisis rocks Ekiti PDP secretariat. EFCC arraigns police account officers for 1.35 billion naira theft. And Lagos trader commits suicide to spite mother. MTN problem frightens foreign investors, says US and UK envoys. Fraudsters collecting death benefits of living workers. NHIS council workers meet reps, list allegations against Yusuf. Yolotide, NNPC BP sign petrol supply. And article says, I will reduce fuel price, says PDP. Right.
Okay, the lady?
Yeah, the lady that committed suicide?
Committed suicide. Her name is Fumilola Adeodu. She was a 28-year-old mother and a trader. She has a niece called Rachel who lives with her mother, or had lived with her mother since she was 11 months. She was abandoned with Fumilola's mom. Wow. So her grandmother, Rachel's grandmother, and Fumilola is her auntie. And every time she's reprimanded at home or beaten for misbehavior, she runs to her auntie's house, Fumilola, and Fumilola takes it, really aggressively. She goes to the mother's house and she's always complaining, why would you maltreat my niece? And so on this particular occasion, the mother said she stole 50, that her grandmother said she stole 50 naira, and she beat her. She ran to her auntie's house. The auntie went to her mother's house and was fighting and screaming about it. She took sniper and killed herself so that she said she was doing it to punish her mother so that the mother would feel bad for what she's doing to her niece.
Sniper was supposed to be used as an insecticide, but now it's not a murder tool. So they should please check. They should check. It shouldn't be off the counter. It shouldn't be sold off the counter.
That's a woman that clearly has issues.
We have to move on to the nation. Memories of, because most of the stories there are also in other papers. Memories of
stories, not there.
Which one?
Pension story.
Oh, go ahead, please.
So PenCom has come out to say that people are complaining. They've received reports that fraudsters are presenting certificates of people who are supposed to earn pensions, claiming that they are dead while they are still living and working, and they are collecting their monies. So they've decided to take stringent measures to ensure that any documentation that is brought, they will further, investigate it, then call up the employers of the so-called dead people to be sure that they are actually dead.
Shouldn't that be the process already? I mean, why are they making it?
But how do you get death certificates without?
Anyway, let's move on to the nation. Memories of DSS invasion as Buhari Daura hold talk. So our president has finally met with Daura. Picture here of Obasanjo's son, who is very critical of Buhari's administration and supports Atiku. I guess they're here together. CBN issues guidelines for payment service banks. 2019, we won't interfere with INEC's duties, Amechi tells EU. How Ondo's chief was murdered by house help. Another earth tremor in Abuja's highbrow area. Okay, so we'll talk about the chief who was murdered by the house help later on, because we want to actually bring other angles to this story. So we won't take it up right now, but that story went viral. Some Togolese guy, chef that was brought in, stabbed this chief 3 days later in Park. Was it Parkview or Banana Island?
Parkview.
Parkview. Stabbed this man to death, and it was a really pathetic story. But we need to talk further on how to ensure we get the right kinds of people into our homes.
Yeah.
But let's
talk
talk
the picture story.
Yeah, the picture story.
I didn't read that story. I'm just wondering, is it an election move? Or
no, it's just
people
a
visit
daddy's
each other.
friend. I'm going to visit my daddy's friend.
Can't we just visit
This is
each
just
other?
a daddy's friend type of visit. There's nothing. Please. Anyway, Daura has gone to meet her president, and he has an option to either engage him or totally. You smiling? That's on your face. But anyway, so we'll see how that goes. But we didn't really. Is
that why we have
what they're saying
issue?
That there's a lack of intelligence because Daura is not in the system. They're now referring to the fact that the Leah Sheribu case, the two people that were murdered by Boko Haram, remember the health workers that were murdered. So they were saying that he has the intelligence report to help them that would have curbed or stopped those killings, but unfortunately, because he was not in the system, that's why those things happen. So that's what they're saying and trying to make a case for him to be reinstalled. But we don't know how that would go.
There's this NAFDAC warning that I think we should not ignore. It's down there.
Okay, NAFDAC to Nigerians, don't eat
Pufferfish. There's this fish in the market. It's called several names. So some people call it swellfish, fugu. I don't know if you know fugu, yes. It contains toxins that are poisonous. So even when you wash or boil, the toxins don't go.
It's supposed to be
very
color. It's supposed to have
Yeah, there's a picture of it. It looks like a small balloon.
Well, let me see if I can find a picture of it.
They call it
fleshy.
Yeah.
It's not here. Oh, there's no picture in the papers.
there. Yeah.
So it's a
pufferfish. People
pufferfish.
should, yes, avoid it entirely. It's poisonous, and they've already stopped the importation.
But
into
they
the
talk
country.
about fish and how we fish. Then we use mercury to fish, and that's bad for us.
Let's move on.
You
Just
find
because,
them in-
unfortunately, we get all these stories. It's point out that you have your own fish pond in your own house. Because I'm saying, I'm telling you. Moving on now to Daily Sun. Wiped out. Islamic cleric, 4 family members, 8 others killed by the decimated Boko Haram, according to our Minister of Information. Alleged bribery video Ganduje appears before Kano Assembly panel. Shiite security clashes U.S. demand probe. 2019 IGP places police on red alert. Okorocha blasts Oshomole after meeting Buhari. So during the week, our minister did tell us that Boko Haram has been totally decimated. That yes, they have pockets of violence here and there, but this doesn't look like a pocket.
According to eyewitness at this particular one, they came in their group. They came
In
what they call armed, well armed on bikes,
in trucks and
attacked the community, wiped out a complete family, maybe because they refused to expose other people to them to harm. And these kind of things happen, and then we still don't want to admit what is obvious.
What is even really sad is that the villagers were fleeing Boko Haram and went into the IDP camp, and they also attacked
So
people
that's
at the IDP camp.
the government needs to understand that when people are upset with the way they do things, not because we don't see that you're making some efforts in either infrastructure or the economy, but is the language you're telling us 1 second is decimated, next second.
Okay, but the minister Lai Mohammed also said that these are called soft targets, that really they are decimated, the hardcore Boko Haram. So Boko Haram is now going for soft targets.
Look at the numbers that actually come. It means that they're not totally decimated.
They're not decimated anything. No.
Okay, let's move on to Vanguard. It's really worrisome. And it always happens a few days after the minister says that. So maybe we should just stop saying that. Have you noticed? He mentioned it some time ago, and a few days after we got an attack. So maybe we should just not talk again. Moving on to Vanguard. Amosu Okorocha attack Oshomole afresh. Atiku invited for US visa. Ooh, really?
But they invited
According
for
to...
visa.
I don't know if they invite person for visa.
Yes, me, I'm here.
3 health workers abducted in Nasarawa. PDP wants Tinubu over comment on Atiku. Kano Assembly invites Ganduje over $5 million bribe allegation. Buhari will accept outcome of 2019 elections, says Amechi. Labour shuns FG stocks on new minimum wage. Fresh tremor rocks Abuja. So which story? Ganduje.
Governor Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State has finally been, well, not finally, they've written a letter from the House of Assembly saying that, okay, given the videos that have come out, Jafar, we're asking him to please report and face the 7-man panel.
As
and that you can come with your lawyer, so you can, but you have to come and answer this.
The 7-man panel has invited him to come and answer to the claims. I'm just saying that besides the FCC investigation, ICPC investigation, the job of the House of Assembly is to determine what a gross misconduct is. We have 4 videos already.
Yeah.
So, and again, House of Assembly, whether you summon him or not, make sure the investigations are well done. Compare the videos to whatever he's saying, not that they are doctoring it, they are not seeing their midwife.
No, we already found
let's have a process so that people can be reassured of what this democracy is. So someone who has been found guilty of this kind of gross misconduct, it is the impeachment process that you institute.
In addition to that, for a government who says I'm fighting corruption, your body language must show that 4 videos are out. My governor, who is in my party, is allegedly collecting bribe. The government should have at least said something on this.
That's democracy. Unfortunately, it's the states, this House of Assembly, that is the most powerful in the scheme of these things. You see, Buhari is in the federal. He cannot come and remove a governor.
Yeah, so I think
nobody's asking him to remove a governor. We're saying, say something.
Yes.
Say something. We've seen these videos we've seen this video going viral. He's being investigated.
I agree with
just to show that you are really fighting corruption.
I agree with you.
That's the body language people are upset about.
Please.
Moving on to Nigerian Tribune. Let me not get upset this morning. APC losing almost 5 million voters over crisis, says Okorocha.
Did you know?
Let's see. Nigeria's economy looking good. We'll make it better, says Buhari. Atiku will reduce petrol price, says PDP. He said that he has already done some calculations to ensure that when he gets in office, price will be between 87 naira and 90 naira. Well,
That's his manifesto
You
he's
should let
giving
us
right
see
now.
it. I'd like to see that
would like
plan.
to see, yes,
I'd like
yes.
to see how it's going to settle the importers, their subsidy and all those other arrangements that we did not see, that these people thought was not there until they came in. If it gives me the blueprint, we'll believe it.
Anyways, that's all we can take on front page review. Unfortunately, we can't take any more. There was any story that you wanted to...
Just the tremors in Abuja and Maitama. I mean, this has now become almost, frequent. So please, let's start teaching people what to do in case of maybe earthquakes and tremors. Let's not wait until it happens.
It's not Nigeria. I want to go for a big disaster happens. Do not start running helter-skelter. We had a few tremors and nobody's doing anything about it. Anyway, let's move on right now. Let's go on a break. When we come back, it's Friday. Let's not get too upset. Let's discuss this worn-out 100 naira note circulating Nigeria. Have you guys come across it? It's a terrible, pitiful view. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So there are so many dirty and worn out 100 naira notes in circulation. And Nigerians are complaining bitterly. Asking when will the Central Bank of Nigeria recall, these old tattered notes for destruction and start printing new ones. We don't find new ones at all. If you go through that Lekki toll gate,
Yes,
they are horrible. I mean, I know our producer was able to get some pictures of some terrible pictures, but you can call us and share your experience with us. 070-806-68014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read it. Where are the 100 naira notes?
The new ones.
So at the center, someone gave us change, and we said, and I said to us, I don't take that money because you see this money, and in fact, you can say it is a given that this thing is carrying gems. So I said, I don't take that money, and my husband was like, so what do I do? I said, just leave it for him. We almost did, and the guy just said to us, don't worry, should be you pass to gates.
Just give it to them.
Just give it to them there. That's where they donate it. Don't worry, that's where it came from. Take it back. Simple. That was what he said.
You know, it's almost as if you're going to get a disease. I mean, because somebody at the toll gate, they gave me one. I had to take a piece of paper to hold it.
The money.
And I had to put it somewhere on the floor. Because I was wondering, who can I give this? I can't even give a beggar because the beggar won't be able to spend it. So what's the point? I had to trash it.
So for me and for my kids, we have a piggy bank, and usually it's 100 naira notes that you have at home that you put, but we cannot even it can't pass through the hole because it's too soft and too mushy, and I'm afraid that when we put it there, maybe at the end of the year when we open it, it will be fungi infection.
Okay, this one actually is even a nice one. This one is even fine.
This is nice.
There's some really, really horrible, smelly 100 naira notes circulating.
Sellotapes all over.
Oh no, that's more like it. See? Can you see all that?
Yeah. So what I do, I ask people to just give me like 250 nairas or 20 nairas. So I have a lot of those, yes. Instead of getting the 100 naira. Those ones are newer, but the 100 naira notes are...
Now, the problem for me is that it must have been from the source. So at one point, was the 50 nairas fading off? The polymer.
Yes,
you know, it was
of course,
fading off. You had that one so
ones.
much in circulation at one time. Everybody decided to do 100 nairas only. No, now you have some new ones.
New 50 nairas.
You have new
and 20 naira notes
but you
too.
still have the faded ones in
But
circulation.
this 100 naira now, to the crux of the matter, CBN, who is in charge of, checking circulation? Because we take these monies to the bank. Even
they don't take it from you, do you know?
They don't
When you give them, when you go to buy stuff and you are requesting for change, they give it to you. When you are buying and you are giving them that 100, and they'll tell you they don't want it. So I don't know who's going to use the 100 naira notes.
So
but
the
the thing
banks
for me
take these
is,
monies to the CBN. And
let's learn a lesson. We don't value our money. We don't respect the naira notes. You can never see a worn-out dollar bill. It's not done. They keep it well in their wallets. We squeeze money into our pockets and
folded.
Okay, there's that one, but there's also the time that it must expire now. You use the money over and over and over again, and you need to take that one out and print new ones. So these ones are just
commemorated the centenary with. The 100 years.
Yes.
That particular one, the Awolowo picture.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the normal one. We had one for and all those particular 100 nairas. I think they were printed last then. So imagine continue, and this is the most spent amount of money. A bag of pure water, 100 naira.
100.
An Okada ride, 100 naira.
So
everything. A set of tomatoes, the cheapest, 100 naira. This particular money, we spent it so much. So please, They should try as much as possible to...
Let's even use it well in the first place. It won't be this bad. Even if it expires or gets old, it won't be this bad.
Okay, so I think what we're going to do is that we're going to try to just call somebody from Central Bank and know exactly what's going on, what happened with the 100 naira notes, because Nigerians are complaining, and we actually got a message from somebody who sent us a picture of a 100 naira note, and she was complaining that we please beg them to help us replace the 100 naira note in circulation, because that's the heart of the matter. All right, that's all we can talk about. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we have two amazing guests to take the couch. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So Bukola Awoyemi Olatunji, popularly known as Arugba, is a Nollywood actor. She's one of the fast-rising actresses who has featured in several movies. Welcome with us, Bukola. You can call us on 070-806-6801. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet. We were talking earlier, we were bantering actually earlier about the 100 naira notes going around town. We got a call from a fan who was practically begging and saying, listen guys, you have to talk about this thing. Have you experienced this thing, and what happened in your own experience?
Well, actually, I didn't know before. I didn't know about it.
Right.
I just noticed each time I send my boy, Aliu, each time I send him to buy something, he brings dirty note. I'm like, how can they give you this kind of money and you just come in with it? Why? I was wasting. They said, that is what is in circulation. I said, how?
So everyone
Then
noticed.
Yesterday I was on Instagram and I saw one picture, very dirty.
I think I saw that same picture.
Yeah. And they tagged, is this 100 naira note or suya?
Yes, I saw that same post. Yes.
Yeah.
It's really, really terrible.
Like suya.
And the
Exactly,
conductors,
very dirty,
if you
very
say you don't want to
brown.
collect the conductor asks you to come down. They will tell me, someone was giving me the story that they will tell you,
Yeah.
just come down, please let me bring somebody that will be able to collect it.
No other option. There's no alternative.
Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, I hope. Okay, each time I want to send him back to buy something, I was okay. Take this 100 naira and make sure they collect it too, because me, I took it.
All right, let me take this call, then we'll come to you. Good morning, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Good morning, ma.
Morning.
My name is Tolulope.
Hi, Tolu.
I just want to greet the guest.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very fine. I love your movies,
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
especially the one you acted as the Aruba.
Oh,
Everybody likes Aruba, so let's come into the Aruba conversation. You know, everybody knows you for this movie Aruba. And in fact, people call you Bukola Aruba.
yes.
So how has it been after the success of this amazing movie? And you know, you took a break for a while, and you're back now. So you're coming out with a bang. I mean, how has it been during that break time?
Being an actor, I mean, a female actor, is more challenging than being a male actor.
Right.
Yeah, it is, because you would have to have a lot of breaks as a female.
Yeah.
A time you would have to get married, and maybe your spouse might not like your profession, and a time you would have to get pregnant and have babies. You know, probably it might just be the time your star is shining and you feel like, oh, I think something positive is coming, and you just get pregnant, boom.
But a lot of women, a lot of actors in your situation don't ever want to admit this phase.
Oh my
They make it
God,
look as
it
if,
is.
listen, I'm a celebrity. It comes with the with the lifestyle.
If I've never experienced it, probably I wouldn't have known. I am experiencing it presently. Even after having babies, after the pregnancy, then you still have to start attending to your children again. Like sometimes you can't even go to work because of them. So it's really, really challenging.
So I wanted to go, how were you discovered for Aruba? Because I saw the role and I was like, how in the world did Tunde Kilani say this lady? Because you fit into the picture of the Aruba, the entire traditional thing. I'm looking at you now with a wig. I still can't picture you. I've never taken you off that Aruba face. So how were you discovered? What were you doing at the time you were found? Did you audition? What exactly? How did you get to that?
Well, I had actually wanted to be in his movie, even right from school. So I told myself, immediately I graduate, the first person I will go and meet is this man. I must feature in his movie. So before I graduated, I found a way to get his number, and I was communicating with him. So after my graduation and service, I went to him. I didn't know he was planning. He was actually looking for a dark skin.
Opportunity to meet preparation.
Yes, you understand. He was actually looking for a dark skin lady.
actor.
So I went there and I was like, oh, please, I would love to act. I just want to be in your movie. He said, oh, okay. Then he said, let me try you. Then he auditioned me. It wasn't that easy, because I started going since 2006. I didn't get anything. No, did I say 2006? 2004. 2004, 5, 6, until 2007, December 19, on my birthday.
Wow.
It was, Aruba is my birthday gift.
Oh, fantastic.
It is.
That's
So,
good. So I'm a bit more concerned, you know, because we had several controversies on the internet concerning you and your husband, how you guys met. And I know that, you know, the
By
press...
the way, you're married to a very fine husband.
you know, unfortunately, he's not here
fine
today.
brother, Mr. Damola.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
So he's an
compliment each
actor
other.
as well.
Beautiful.
Yes, yes, yeah, you compliment each other.
That's why he
Both
So
of
the
you.
story was you guys had an affair while he was married, and then he settled for you after he divorced his wife and all of that. How did you feel when those stories were circulating?
No,
the
that's,
internet?
in fact, in addition to that, I even want you as a woman, clear the air.
Yeah.
What's happened? Gang, 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 gang.
Tell
Because
us
all your
exactly.
interviews, you just say, people are just making up stories about it. That is talking outside. Tell us what happened in the box.
Okay, I'm just looking from left to right now, and I'm just ready to talk.
Yes.
Okay. Of course, you want me to talk, I will. Well, sometimes the way things would happen, as in your destiny, you don't even know.
Okay.
Everybody knows Bukola is this reserved girl, a home girl, a church girl, for that matter. And any time any man approaches me like, okay, and I know he's married, the first thing I'm like, no go
No
area.
way.
Jack back there. Do you understand? It can't even be possible. So I'd known my husband as an actor, but we were never on set together. So the very first time we were on set together, of course, he was already married. So it was not even in my thoughts.
Right.
But you know, people, you know, a lot of marriages, you don't even know what is going on.
Right.
And people just come out with smiling faces and
Yes, I'm married.
and you just feel, oh, he's married. You even say he's happily married. But you don't know what is really going on down. Right. So we started as friends. Well, see, it's a long story, yo. Yeah. Because I don't, well, yeah, it is.
We are here, we have 20 minutes, so go ahead,
Go
I'm
on.
listening.
I can't say it all. I'll just
So you actually fell in love with him on set?
No, I never fell in love with him. I didn't even see him as someone I could fall in love with, a married man.
Okay.
It didn't even occur to me.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting it.
Right.
But well, he had always admired me from a distance.
Right.
So we were just like friends and we exchanged numbers, just like normal colleagues.
Right.
And we went. And later, we started calling, hi, what's up, are you around? Then I was living around here, Magudu. Right. So we just, maybe sometime when he's driving off, we just say, Abuki, are you around? We'll just see. Right. I wasn't expecting anything. But at the end of the day, one day, he just said...
One thing led to another. One thing led to
another. Well, he just told me his mind. And I was like, I was angry.
Okay.
I said, you just got married. I said, I am highly disappointed in you. Okay. Like, how can you your marriage is still very young. It's just a year. Right. So why are you doing this? And you expect me to be a side chick. Right. I said, I'm just too precious in the eyes of God to be one. Right. Don't ever say it again. He got scared. Right. Like, I said, please, let today be the first and the last time that we're going to talk about it. Unless his marriage was going on the rocks already. They already had issues. Yeah. So one day, he tried talking about it again, but he was scared. But he just said, Buki, just let me say something. I said, wait. I said in Yoruba, why would you do that to her? What did she do? It was just like, Buki, you don't know. You don't. Well, I'm not going to say all that. Yeah. At the end of the day, Sha. Yeah. Let me pause you for a second. I have a call and hold it for a while. Mona, are you there? I'm sorry for keeping you. Right, so, yeah, go ahead, Nima.
Okay, for some women, that's where the question is. You understand? Some will say, until this thing, give it room But the marriage 2013, the divorce 2014, and then you got pregnant. People are saying there are two close events for people to separate. Say there's no way in the world it didn't happen while they were married. Even if that marriage was suffering some things, I think you should have given it room. That's why the speculation. Do you agree? Okay, let me say something. If you meet a man or someone you just feel okay,
It's your destiny.
you are kind of
Connected
to. Don't, and if you feel okay, this man is I think I like him. Don't try to be too close because anything can happen.
Exactly.
Don't say
That's the
say
point.
I'm holy. I know I am abstaining. It has never happened. I've been keeping myself, so it can't happen. Then you're just don't trust yourself too much sometimes.
You know what you're saying just reminds me of the show that this lady has, Will Smith's wife. I don't know if you've seen that show, and she talks about how she met Will Smith. He was already going through a divorce when they met, and they started an affair. But that marriage was already on the rocks. And she says that she would advise women going forward that, you know, when a man is going through a divorce, it's not the best time
To start up
be with.
anything.
What do you think in your own?
It wasn't. Before you answer that, let me pause you because someone has been holding. Hello, you there? Good morning. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
My name is Omatolani.
Yes, Amotola, go ahead.
I like Afi Maru, but I just want to say hello.
Hi. All right, thank you very much, very much. So going to what Mariam.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, let me let you respond to what Mariam, because when a man's relationship is on the rocks, it's usually not a good time to start one.
Some people would say,
Some,
well,
that
how
would
do
be
you
your own
see?
experience.
I would. It's just like what I just said
Right.
now. It's not the
So
best
let me
time
ask you a direct
because-
question. Did something happen whilst he was married, or you waited till it ended?
No. Let me say the simple truth. I couldn't wait. We couldn't wait because the girl was not even around.
Right.
It was
yes,
she was abroad.
See,
You understand?
don't be in the UK.
So
married
well,
to
I wouldn't want to say all of this.
Okay, that's
here.
fine. That's fine.
Because I'm
you-
planning to do something on it. a
Okay,
movie.
because you see, the reason why we're making it, we're discussing this, because there are lots of people out there who are falling in love with married men. Not because the married men want to cheat on their wives, but there's some issues going on out there. So people need to understand these are feelings. As a woman, you have to choose and you have to and accept whatever you do. Take responsibility for
I
it.
even love where she said it might be don't be in a relationship like that in your vulnerable state.
Yes.
Well,
It
because you
wasn't
can't
even-
control what
Might happen,
So I
yeah.
love that.
Okay, it wasn't even that we were really in a relationship.
Right.
I was still saying no.
Right.
Do you
But just-
understand?
But you
I
guys
was
were
still,
close.
yeah, but we were close. I was still saying it can happen in Jesus' name.
Nobody
You
should fall in
understand?
love with my husband, though. I beg
No,
them.
no, that is not it.
I'm
Well,
just
you
saying.
already told me the thing on that.
issues.
You understand?
Yeah.
You already
Yeah.
told me
Fantastic.
all that, and he told me it was.
Feeling
Coming
people. Well, anyway, we wish you the best. We're going to go on a break now. When we come back, we'll now talk about your career, what your plans are. You know, we just wanted to get the scoop on that, you know. But when we come back, we discuss your career. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Oh, look, anywhere, Larry. You think you can cheat on me? Okay, obìnrin Sandy, I love you, see ẹ. I think you are answerable to me when it comes to that. Because the only person tó ní right láti sọ irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sí ẹ is me, your wife. Now, mo wá stomach yẹn látàlí àná because I saw it last night. I couldn't sleep. Mo gbé síkùn, mo wá prepare oúnjẹ fún ẹ. You couldn't take my food, you couldn't eat my food because that stupid woman called you this morning again.
Okay, it's alright, no problem. Mama, do you want to solve? Let's solve the losses.
That's you in action. That's you and your husband actually in action.
Yeah.
And I have to ask you a quick question. Do you believe in the law of karma? That what goes around comes around? Do you think for any reason that your husband, this whole thing, the episode that happened, might happen to you?
No, it won't.
Okay.
Because I didn't just go for my husband just like that without asking God.
Okay.
Everything was arranged by God.
Okay.
I know me. I know the kind of person I am.
Right.
Okay.
I can proudly say I am decent.
You know, you're supposed
So
to.
if I tell you the story on there, you'll be
understand.
like, thank God for this man.
Right, right.
He's
Gotcha.
saved.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So my own is here we are acting with your husband.
Wow.
And we've heard stories of how people, when they act, somehow they take that role back home. Is there any role you've taken with your husband? Maybe you're fighting in the movie and then it affects you at home. What do you think? Does it happen to you? Some people just take it home.
How do you
and
switch?
they act
okay, I would say the reverse.
Okay.
Now, there was a time we were acting together, and then before we went on set, we had a little misunderstanding, and in the movie we were acting on set. While acting real life, we were having that misunderstanding. So as we were saying our lines, well, I created more lines. And I started purging my heart. Then he started purging his heart. It was so real.
Inside the acting.
Yes. Interesting. So I was like, I hope you wouldn't do this and this. I said, hopefully. Promise. You know, everything. It was just like everything.
So after that whole episode, what happened?
Everything.
Other room. Other room.
Wait, see.
I thought he went to the other room.
Did you go to the other room?
I don't know.
Mariah.
The truth is, both of you are in the same field.
Right.
And one person carries the baggage. Because the children you mentioned earlier, it's not easy, it's more easier for a guy. How supportive is he towards your dream as an actor? Will he stay home with the kids if you had to be on location?
Oh my
laughter.
God.
Heavy lost.
Will he?
See,
He's a Yoruba man.
there are some things that are just divinely designed by God. Women are for children. My husband loves children a lot, but he's not the type who would just, he's a go-getter. He's very hardworking. He can't just sit for hours and be minding children for long. He's thinking, move it was okay, move it, shake, he's thinking the next thing. So
how's your relationship with him? How do you guys play in the house? Because you seem like you're pretty close to him. What's your relationship like at home?
yeah, we are friends.
Oh.
We started as friends, so we're still friends.
That's good.
That's
But
good.
does that
Let
make
me
you-
even say, you know, you're coming in, you're coming back, you've taken your rest, you're okay now, you're back. Has it been difficult for you getting back? Because I know that when people take a rest, take a break as women, when it's time to come back, you now start sorting, calling those producers, I'm around now, I can take the roles, I am around. And has it been easy for you?
Funny enough, when I weaned my kids, it was as if the person was just one producer. What is yours is yours. It will always come to you. She was like, it was all well. She just called Buki, Mufeshishe, and I would love to use you and Damola. Then you would even know I was not, my milk was still there and all that.
You weren't ready.
Being a woman should know.
So I just went on set like that, and from there, people's
Jobs have been
calling.
coming.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask, following Nima's question, which is, okay, so you're the one taking care of the children. Even though you know this is who your husband is, he's not the sort to sit down and mind children. Do you sometimes feel, yes, that here I am, I'm putting things on hold and he's able to chase his dreams, but I have to put mine on hold to mind the kids?
Okay, I'm human. It's possible. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I wish I was a man. But when you have a man who is truly and genuinely responsible, that will just be like a kind of, okay,
You
thank
overlook
God.
it.
You know, when you say, okay, we need this, even before you say it, he knows you need it, and he's just doing it. All you just need to do is just pray for him.
Both of you are in the industry. Are you afraid of all these aunties? You know, all these, what do they call them now?
Ayambas.
What do they call them? Fine guy. What they call those people? Strange women. Strange women.
Ayambas. No. I mean the women he acts with, some of those roles. How do you feel when they are, doing all those?
Acting now.
She understands.
acting?
She's
Like,
an actor.
Those women,
Do they understand?
in recent times, you know, we're all in this Lagos together.
Yes.
My eyes have seen, my ears
You've
have heard.
heard.
So
And your mouth
I have
is
seen
testify.
all sorts of things. And I know these Lagos women, they are not joke. They are
They're not
there.
play
They are
cough.
harsh. They are harsh. How do you handle it?
Well, I don't. It's simple. I've not experienced anyone coming to my face or anything.
God will not let you see them.
Will
you not see them?
So I
Reject
don't.
every spirit of strange woman.
Bagan by
Strange
fire.
woman, if you are here watching our show, leave our husband alone.
I'm telling you on Twitter. Truth Hot says, I love the way Buki performs her role as an actress. What happens to her choice of husband is none of our business. Angelina Jolie got married to Brad Pitt after he dumped one actress. Let's ignore this mindset of what society says because we cannot satisfy society.
Nice.
So
Nice.
true.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. So we must respect everybody's decision.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. So what's next? Let's tell us the next movie so we can look out for it. When is it coming out?
Okay.
We're working on.
I have one now that we are working on because after I released Igbambajo, did you see Igbambajo? Okay, that's my first and the last production.
Okay.
I decided I want to work on one.
Okay.
And though Hobby is saying maybe we should hold on it, but I want to do our story.
Okay.
What exactly happened?
When you
That's
do
why
that
you want to
story,
give us all
come
that
and
gist.
Premiere it on TV.
Yes,
We want
let's
to be
know.
the first to hear the scoop.
Yeah.
The real gist behind the story.
And then the one I'm working on, I don't want to talk about that one for
Yes.
now.
Okay. All right.
So, but I'm
But we're
actually look out
expecting
for
Okay.
Buki Arugba's movies coming.
Coming out very soon.
Three powerful movies, and that's her story.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, that's all we can take on the show. Thank you so much, Buki, for coming. We enjoyed the insights and the fact that you've helped a lot of women out there who are going through so many things and they understand and listen. Own your own choices. Own your choices.
Thank you.
All right, that's all we can take. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.